I do want to bring in Alana Zaitchik. Her cousins and their families were taken hostage by Hamas on October 7th. They've all since been released, except for her cousin's husband, David Cunillo, who is still being held hostage right now. To remind our viewers, Alana joined our show in 2023, right after the terror attack happened. Alana, I want to thank you so much for joining Top Story again. I want to show that video because it's the video that you and your family saw of your own relatives being taken hostage, and David in this video as well. What was your reaction tonight when you heard about this deal in the last couple days?
I think we're really emotional. I think that there is, I don't even know if bittersweet is the right word, but there's a version, right, of being hopeful for the deal that we've been crying out for a very long time now, for some of the hostages to come home. But David is a man in his 30s, so it's unlikely that he would be part of the first phase, and that makes this a very precarious moment for those of us who are waiting for, we all want to see every single hostage released, but for my family, David would likely not be in this first phase, which makes this a bit of a stressful moment for us as well.
So, Alana, I want to ask you about that. Do you say that because your family has been told that, or you just sense that he's not going to be released?
It's based on the framework. So the framework includes women, children, so the Bibas children, and includes elderly and the injured. We have no indication that David is injured. So any man that is of quote unquote fighting age is not included in that first framework of what has been negotiated so far. So we have seen, there are two hostages who have been there for 10 years who are hopefully going to be, we've heard, in this first round. So this is kind of the way Israeli society understands things, that they could leave people there for 10 years. That is what lives, that fear lives inside of all of us. We are, of course, worried.
I was going to tell you, you have the button of David on your shoulder there. We have a set here in New York at 30 Rock with the pictures of all those who were kidnapped, many of those who were kidnapped when this happened, when this terror attack happened. It has been, 15 months. What has that been like for you and your family? Because I can't imagine. And I don't want to say the world has moved on, because, the world in a lot of ways has been focused on what's happened in the Middle East. But I know for people like you guys have not moved on.
No, we haven't. We live in purgatory. The people of Gaza and the hostages and the families, we've been two sides of the same coin, fighting for the lives of the people that we love. And it's been hell. My cousin had to return from 2 months of torturous, horrific captivity, only to now spend over a year fighting to get her husband back to her.
Who do you give credit to for at least getting this far in the negotiations? Do you think this was the Biden administration? Do you think this was help from President-elect Trump? Or do you think it was international partners?
In terms of the politics, I think that it was a dual effort. I think that this is Biden's deal. This is the same deal that was on the table of May of last year that, could have happened in August and thereafter. There are many times this deal could have happened. But I do think that Trump coming in and co-signing onto the deal and helping us get it to this place was a tremendous help. And so I do think that it was actually, for once, a nonpartisan or kind of bipartisan effort. It should have never been a political or a politicized issue, and it was. And I do think that both of them worked together to get this where it is. But now it is Trump's responsibility to get it fully through to the end of the war and to every single hostage coming home.
And we hope that happens. Alana Zaitchik, we thank you so much for joining Top Story once again. We will constantly be thinking of your family.